Hi, my name is Don Stout, Mr. Stout. I am in my third year teaching here at Christian Brothers. I'm actually in my 22nd year of teaching overall. I taught 19 years at Archbishop Rommel High School. I am teaching U.S. history and world history, U.S. history to my 5th graders and world history to the 6th graders. I actually have a 7th grade PE class this year as well. It's a crazy year with everything going on, but we are continuing forward. We're advancing as we normally would here at Christian Brothers. And so I'd like to just give you a quick overview. Whether my class is a U.S. history class or a world history class, I use the same exact format. And so I'm going to kind of use the same format in this presentation to you. As a matter of fact, let's get started in both of my classes, U.S. history and world history. My Canvas is the place where you want to start, and if you pick the course name, and I'm just choosing U.S. history, you would choose world history if you're a world history student. And you're almost always going to start in files, but I do want to show you, we do have a syllabus online in my courses. Announcements will be where I send you, for instance, this announcement. This was the first announcement I sent out for the year, but I will be sending out announcements on a regular basis. All of their assignments will be listed on the front page as they are due. It tells you the due dates and how much they're worth. But files is where I'm going to start this morning because this is the heart of my class. If you go to, for instance, first quarter lesson plans, you'll see that I have past first quarter lesson plans and this week's lesson plan. And so last week's lesson plan, you can pull up just by tapping it, obviously. And my lesson plans are going to look very similar each week because I use the same format. I'm going to go to this week's lesson plan as an example. And I'm going to just show you that I tell you everything we're doing in class that week. Now, there may be some slight adjustments as needed. If we don't finish one thing and we don't get to complete a task, we'll move it to the next day. But for the most part, all of the homework assignments, all of the tests and quizzes are listed here. Once I have them listed in Canvas as assignments as well, they'll show up on your calendar. But this is where I start every class, as a matter of fact. Technically, I start all of my classes most of the time with a daily journal entry. Your daughters can tell you about that. I put a topic on the screen to begin the class. It's usually a history quote, or this day in history, or maybe a religious quote for the day. And the girls are just intended to write down the quote and then give me a quick 2 to 3 sentence response. Now during that time, I'm getting everything else ready for class. I'm also sometimes checking assignments, or I'm checking their journals that they've written previously. From there we pray. We always start with a prayer, and if the girls have any prayer intentions, I ask them to let me know about that in advance so that we can pray for those intentions as a class. We will then move right into our lesson. Sometimes we'll chat just a tiny bit about the journal topic, but it's really not intended to spend too much time, maybe just 2 to 3 minutes of class, just to get us started and kind of get those brain juices going. From there, we jump right into class, and depending on what that day is calling for instance, today, both of my classes, World History and U.S. History, are taking the quiz, and it's an online Canvas quiz. And so the girls will be shown how to do that. My World History girls that I had last year already know how, but my 5th graders are going to be learning if they haven't already taken a Canvas quiz. They'll learn that today. But then on a regular day, we are probably going right into checking homework, collecting any homework that's due. Again, all of the homework assignments are listed. And so they know, for instance, yesterday, the homework for Wednesday was given. We discussed it. And it gives them a kind of a day lag to get assignments done. Some of my young ladies, as soon as I post the lesson plan, sometimes on a Sunday evening, some of them already start looking at the assignments and doing assignments. I have some of them who come in on a Monday morning, Mr. Stout, here's homework number 5. I saw it's on the lesson plan. I haven't even called for it yet. And so from there, during the class, we will normally go right into either taking notes or covering some new material. We'll be taking a lot of notes this year. In 5th and 6th grade, this is when we really start hitting them hard with understanding how to take notes, how to organize your notes, how to study those notes, and how to be successful in taking notes and translating that into grades. All of my assignments are listed in the assignments section of Canvas, and so they can see what's due when and again how much each is worth. We will from time to time have quizzes and tests. They will be listed on the lesson plan, and usually in the notes section I give reminders. Vocabulary quiz tomorrow, vocabulary quiz on 8 terms in homework for Tuesday 8/25, so that's next week's quiz being announced today. Probably going to have quizzes on Tuesdays for vocabulary and sometimes a little bit of extra material. Our tests will be, chances are, every other week. They'll be announced well in advance so that the girls can be prepared. But I tell all of my young ladies, be sure that I do not give you written assignments each night, which 2 to 3 nights a week you will have a written assignment. From there, if you do not have a written assignment, you should be reviewing your notes. You should be going back through, even if it just means reading through and kind of refamiliarizing. Sometimes young ladies will go through their notes in the evening and have a question. They will say, you know, I don't quite understand that, so they come to class the next day prepared with a question. Mr. Stout, in the notes from yesterday or in the notes from last week, I don't understand this, or I don't remember this. Please go over that again and we will discuss that in class. Canvas will be the main line of communication between parents and myself. The students obviously can see me face to face. And the one thing I do want to ask, and it's as I bring this to a close, I prefer that the ladies come to me with any concerns first. If they have a homework question, if they have a test score question, I want them to be the ones to come to me first. Now, if you're not comfortable with whatever answer I give to them in class or in person, then sure, I want you to get in touch with me, and I prefer that you just send me a note through Canvas. There's an inbox, there's a messaging system in Canvas, which automatically goes to my email, and so I will be able to check that quickly. I thank you very much for entrusting me with your daughters, and we will have a good year, COVID-19 or not. Hopefully we get a vaccine soon and we'll be able to get rid of some of this nonsense. Thank you, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye-bye.